Did you see the shooting in Minnesota?
From several different angles. Yes.
So many different angles. How did you come down on it? What was your take?
I think it was a bad shooting. I think that ICE just seems to hire this archetype of high school bully, tatted up sleeved arms, bandana wearing bullies. And
sounds like cool guys
maybe I'm projecting on this, but it's like the guy got disobeyed and started opening fire. It's like, you shouldn't be a cop.
I thought it was a good shooting. That lady had been stalking them all day, like following them from like neighborhood to neighborhood. She had turned her car sideways in the middle of the road and obstructed them while they were trying to get some illegals out of the rafters of a house, is what the quote was. And then when they approach her vehicle and say, "Stay right here," when she gets lawful orders from a federal agent, she accelerated toward him. I don't care that her wheel was turned to the right. He can't see the wheels. He hears the car accelerate, come toward him, and he shoots her in the face. Maybe he didn't need to shoot those second 2 shots into the window. Maybe those aren't good. But the first shot almost certainly killed her as well. And I felt like that one was justified.
Yeah, I felt like that one was justified. Which shots hit. I think we'd both be guessing. I saw
that
her
same cop had been hit by a car and drugged.
This idea that she was like obstructing or whatever. She's waving the SUV by right before 15 seconds before the shooting. She didn't seem like some sort of domestic terrorist, which is how Trump is describing her. And I saw one cop waving for her to move her car and another cop telling her to get the F out of the car. So she's getting like mixed. Which one said Simon Says? Which cop's instructions is she supposed to follow?
Well, one cop's trying to open her door and the other cop's saying, "Stay right there," with his hand in her face. Like, those are the ones, and they're speaking.
I saw the cop waving her, telling her to go. But she's like telling another car to go by, right? Like this is a soccer mom. Like, and they opened fire and executed her on the spot.
I'll tell you what, if I had kids waiting at home, I wouldn't be parking my car sideways and making roadblocks for the federal agents who are trying to conduct lawful actions. And then I wouldn't accelerate toward them when they tell me to stop. Even if someone did tell her to go forward and she chose that voice to be obedient to, she was doing it while someone was standing in front of her car saying stop with a gun in their hand.
So there's another angle to this story, no pun intended, but there's another angle to this that I didn't even consider. So I was live when that happened, and as is usually the case when stuff like this happens, you get one video that kind of goes viral, then another one, then another one. It was the same thing with like Charlie Kirk. But in this case, the first video that I saw, the front of the car was completely obstructed, so you couldn't see anything. And so I was like, I have no idea what to think about the shooting. The second angle was a little bit better, but you kind of have to slow it down. And the biggest, I think the most important kind of element of that video is his feet. And like the New York Times came out with like a forensic analysis of that video, and it's like 4 minutes long. You can find it on Twitter. And it's something that I had noticed the day that it happened, which is like, I finally started looking at his feet and I watched a really slowed down version. And then once you see that, you can see that his feet are, he's very clearly out of the direct path of the car.
She hit him with the car.
They made contact, but he was clear. Like, you can see his feet. By the time he fired that first round, he was. So there's another element too.
She wasn't going to hit his feet, but she hit his body.
I mean, that's like, so like my first instinct right then was to be like, she made a really bad decision. Like, just period, end of. Like, they were very clearly, you can hear them say, "Get out of the car, get out of the car, get out of the fucking car." Like, I heard it 3 times. Her window was down. But then to Woody's point, there was a witness that spoke on it today that said that she heard another officer give her an order to leave. And so, like you say, you brought up the point that, she moved back and then she moved forward, right? By the time the ICE agent starts to pull on the door handle, she's already in the process of starting to move behind. And if you're moving behind, you're either looking at a camera that's a rear view camera, or you're looking behind. So it's entirely plausible that she did not see that guy that was right next to her. Also, there's a lot going on.
I doubt that. He was right there yelling at her.
There's a lot of uncertainty right now. And I think I don't know. I wouldn't tell you like 100% this or 100% that, but there's enough here to like really question his decision to do that in that moment. I understand like cops, we give them the legal authority to use lethal force, and you can't expect perfection. Sometimes mistakes are going to be made. But there's enough here to have like very serious doubts about the narrative that they're spinning. Obviously, like Kristi Noem getting up there and accusing this woman of being a left-wing terrorist, that is pretty fucking
she's
insane.
Driving around stalking federal agents. Like imagine that. You're driving
Donald
around
Trump
stalking
said
federal
the
agents.
cop was in the hospital recovering from his injuries.
He went to the hospital. What he said
Did
was
he go?
factually correct.
I don't know.
He said
he was lucky to be alive.
He was lucky to be alive.
He was lucky to be alive.
But
Did you watch the video? Wait, hold on. Did you watch the? Well, hold on.
You think there's any chance I haven't watched that video from several different angles?
No. I mean, there is a video of it that's out there everywhere that everyone was scrubbing back and forth, where it's a front wheel drive car, and you can see the front wheel spin aimed at him. If this happened in July, that guy gets hit by that car and run over. Like the wheels spun out. It wasn't until she saw the gun that she veered to the right. And he, at that point, was already being struck by the car. And this is the same guy. I don't know. I just got back, so I don't know what Kyle said. But this guy got dragged by like an activist who was driving a car within the last year, like hundreds of yards. He was severely injured.
Yeah. This guy has a habit of trying to fight cars. He reminds me of the women we laugh at in the, that we see women fighting cars all the time. He's ridiculous.
No, I think this is like leftist activists have a habit of using their cars against federal law enforcement.
That's what the habit is. Yeah.
You think that's what happened here?
That's exactly what happened.
That's exactly what happened.
Do you remember that shooting from a few years ago?
Factually what happened.
That's factually what happened.
Hold on a second. Do you remember that shooting from a few years ago where the guy was drunk and the cop had that AR-15 or M16, whatever it was, with the Predator logos on it? He was all tatted up, much like these ICE guys. And he was giving these terrible instructions to follow.
In the hotel,
he was like,
right?
Hands up in the hotel. Yeah. He's like, hands up, crawl towards me. Hands up, crawl towards me. And the guy's like, crawl or hands up, and he eventually just opens fire because he's not following instructions. This woman was in the same position where some police were telling her to get out of the way. Other police were telling her to get the F out of the car. She listened to the police that told her to move on.
Why are you guys saying no?
Because it's not even true. Vaguely. This is just lies.
No.
This isn't true.
It's alternate reality.
But wait, where are you guys getting this? There were witnesses that were there at the time.
I watched it. I'm a witness.
We watched the video.
You heard the orders from the one guy. Well, all of us agree that she was given. He said at least 3 times to get out of the car. But there are witnesses that were there, multiple witnesses that say that there was another ICE officer that was instructing her to move her car.
I'm sure at the beginning of the incident, when at first they thought she was just doing a 3-point turn, they were like, "Get out of here." But when they realized that she was in fact a left-wing activist, let me finish. Let
Woody.
Okay, that's fair.
But you can see that she wasn't making a 3-point turn to get over to target. She was turning her car sideways in the middle of a road to block federal agents who were clearly uniformed and holding guns, like who were trying to arrest illegal immigrants who were hiding in a house. She was literally a left-wing activist. That's the definition of what she was doing there. It doesn't matter if she she was a member of a group or she was a card holding member or whatever. Her actions were those of a left-wing radical activist impeding federal law enforcement.
Have you seen the video of how her car got that way? I haven't. I thought maybe you've seen video. I've only seen video of like nothing starts more than a minute before the shooting. Have you seen better video than me?
How her car got that? What do you mean got that way?
Yeah. Like I haven't seen her. Like there's this argument that she like put her car in the road sideways to block agents and stuff.
Yeah.
I didn't see long before
how else
the
would
video.
He get there?
That's why people.
I don't know. I saw her side. Well, I mean, it's snowy, it's slippery. I don't know how it got there. I know every car on that road seemed to be pointed in sort of a non-traditional direction, and she's waving police by right before the shooting.
No, wait. Why? What is the only circumstance in which you could wave a policeman by if you're blocking them? Like she pulled forward to block them. Like there's also eyewitness stories. A woman who said, yeah, she'd been doing this all day and she was doing a great job of what she was trying to do, which was impede a federal law enforcement operation. by blocking the road, by agitating.
There's kind of this weird thing that she's both blocking them and she's waving them by.
You're stuck on the waving. I don't care about her waving. She's clearly parked her car sideways in the middle of the road on purpose.
Yeah.
She didn't you're suggesting, it seems, that perhaps she got like loose in the ice and snow and accidentally her car spun sideways and now she's, oh no, whoopsie daisy, I'm parked sideways creating an accidental roadblock. Is that what we're
I don't know how she got that way. I said it was slippery.
We know how she got there.
One way. Wait. Okay, let me listen in a second. Or she could have been trying to turn around, and that's how she got sideways. Or she could have been trying to block them. But the part of the video I saw of her waving them by is definitely inconsistent with her trying to block them.
I was going to say she tried to hit an ICE agent with her car. She succeeded.
Yeah.
And it would have been so much worse if this happened in June and there wasn't ice on the road. You can see the front wheels spinning when she hits the gas. You can see the back of the car go down as the acceleration hits. Like it's there. She wanted to hit him with her car. She succeeded in hitting him with the car.
I don't know about all that. I don't think this Honda Passport turns into a fucking Tesla Plaid and mows down a cop in 1 foot of acceleration, even in the dry.
Wait. Hold on. You don't think that a car coming at you from a foot away, a 2-ton Honda Pilot on ice, is like a threat to your life?
So here I think is some relevant analysis. Okay, so like in order to justify the shot of the use of lethal force, he would have to demonstrate that he had a credible fear of significant harm or injury or death to himself, his fellow officers, or the public. When you actually, there's 3 different angles or 4 different angles, and you can clearly see in one of the angles, as she's moving forward, he actually leans forward and puts his left hand on the hood of her car. So he's actually making an effort to stay in front of her car in that moment. Once he is like literally the moment contact is made and he is clear of the front of the car in that moment is when he starts to fire. How do you justify the idea that he felt like there was a significant threat to his life if his feet were clear of the front of the car?
He was being hit by a car.
He was not in front of the car though.
The first shot was when he was in front of the car. It went through the front. It went through the front windshield.
No.
Negative. Well, it did go through the front windshield, but you can see.
How was it? So it went through the front windshield.
He was by the front tire.
And he put his hand on the
hood. Again in front of the car. He came.
Are we all watching the same videos?
I don't know. It feels like
this is Kyle. Is this crazy?
It feels like Trump derangement syndrome is real all of a sudden.
No.
It's literally like y'all are in a different reality.
It has been, dude. It's been real for a while.
Wait, no. Hang on.
She's accelerating the car towards this man, and all he knows is the car's coming toward him. I heard people tell me the wheels are turned to the right. He can't see the fucking wheels. As far as he knows, they're turned to the left. He's telling her to stop. He is the law. Okay. Of course he's put himself in front of the car. He's blocking her exit. She's under arrest.
Okay, but here's another question. Why did he step in front of a moving car?
It wasn't moving when he stepped in front of it.
It was. I promise you. He stepped in front of her car as it was moving backwards.
I just saw the video. I'm still right. He's by the front tire.
I just linked I don't know if you guys can show it on the, I don't know what TOS is, but he steps in front. He positions himself in front of her car as she's moving backwards, and then she starts to move forward. His instinct in that moment, he put his hand on the hood of the car as he was shuffling to the side. And in the video that I linked right there, you can see his feet positioned. Like he is not in front of the car when that first shot rings out. Contact was made, but he was not in front of the car.
So he was
very much
syndrome goes both ways, right? The Trunch derangement syndrome is real. It will make you think that he was in front of the car when he fired that shot.
The car hit him.
The car hit him.
The car can hit him from the side, right? Like it didn't hit him with the front bumper.
Did the car move laterally and swat him?
Did it shift?
Like the car. Look, you're asking this guy also within like 100 milliseconds to know where the tires are, know what the direction of the car is, and all this stuff. He is a law enforcement agent standing in front of a car, giving it a lawful order to stop. This one's being detained. And she is accelerating a car in his direction enough that it strikes him, even though his feet were definitely didn't get ran over. Of course, shooting her in the face might have helped with that.